Alright, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, there has been a lot of news surfacing up within the community surrounding the LEC rosters, the LCS rosters, the LCK rosters. The LPL is still widely very unknown what is actually going on outside of rumors. Expect more videos this week. I have all of my videos planned out, mostly, I think. The next team I'm going to be talking about is Golden Guardians, and I'm going to be going in on that team. But after that, I'll start talking about some LEC teams and some potential LCK teams. I think the first LCK team I actually talk about is SKT. I think they're a big, huge fan favorite amongst the community, and they would probably want to hear what I have to say about SKT. But without that taking up too much of you guys' time, let's get into the video. So, Amazing joins Misfits as LEC strategic coach. So, as you guys know, Amazing had posted on Twitter that he wanted to try out something different. He already casted, played professionally, won a title, got to Worlds 2 different occasions, and he wanted to take his career in the next path. He had not really explored coaching, and he's going back to EU, and he's going to be a coach for Misfits Gaming. Now, will Amazing be what Misfits need to overall get back to being a top-tier competitive team? I'm not too sure, but looking at how his overall game knowledge has actually been improving year after year after year, he's gotten a lot more in the more in-depth side of League of Legends. I personally like when I get to hear him cast. It's been absolutely a blast. You hear him on like analyst tests, and I kind of want to see what he is going to attribute to Misfits when he's going to be on their roster as a strategic coach. So that is actually going to be something absolutely amazing for him, no pun intended, and I think that he'll do a great job. All right, so getting out of that, Raz leaves casting to manage new Golden Guardians Academy roster. Oh, Raz. Okay, so Raz is that, is he black? Raz is that black guy from the LPL that everybody, obviously knows and loves. He's been cast in the LPL since 2016-ish period. So, yeah, he's been there for a long time. So, Golden Guardians has finalized its academy roster and coaching staff for the 2020 League of Legends season. The organization added 4 new faces to its staff and 2 players today. Darshan Huhi will be on the team, and former TSM Academy mid laner, Ablaze Olive, and Western University AD carry Alex Garcia. And then, we also got confirmation that they are adding Raz, the LPL shoutcaster, is going to be coaching in North America. That's actually pretty incredible. So, I'm actually pretty interested to see what is going to actually happen with Raz. Back in the day, if you guys haven't been watching as long as I have, he used to coach Dignitas when they had like Billy Boss and Shifter and Apollo. Yeah, I've been watching League for a long time. I know all these people. So, yeah, to see certain casters start coaching is really interesting. We saw this with Deficio, Papa Smithy, now Raz gets to be a coach. So let's see how he exactly likes it. But I'm just going to be completely honest here. Golden Guardians is a train wreck. I am surprised they even have fans. I'm surprised they actually play League of Legends in general. So let's go. More League of Legends teams news. Untara, Nahyun, and Coach H join Griffin. Yeah, Untara, that really bad top laner that played for SKT in 2018, Nahyun, and Coach A Dragon join Griffin. So, right off the top of the back, these are complete downgrades, not in terms of coaching, because I haven't really seen Coach Dragon that much, or I'm not really exactly remembering everything he's actually done, so I'm not going to talk about him specifically. Untara is bad. Nahyun is worse than Pole Belter, and worse than Demonte, and that's saying something. So, yeah, these are downgrades. I'm not even going to just front with you guys about that. Griffin obviously has lost, what's his name? Chovy and Viper? No, they lost Chovy, Doran, and Leyhands. So they're going to have to obviously pick players out to fill in the spots. You wouldn't really join Griffin unless you just couldn't get a start in the LCK, because I just couldn't imagine a lot of players actually wanting to play for them, despite everything that has been rumored around with this organization. Though, if Untara did improve from 1907 Fenerbahce, I'll give him a chance, but last time he played, it was absolutely horrific. It was one of the worst LCK tops I've ever seen, especially, and it came out of SKT, which was like the most interesting thing. So, but he will be competing for the starting spot on the roster with Sword. I mean, let's be honest here. Is he really competing with Sword? Probably not. But Nahyun, he actually did improve on Dragon X. His career is not over, despite everybody, memeing him about not really winning a lot. So let's see if Nahyun can actually be another good LCK mid laner, because sometimes people need to understand you don't always have to be the best. You could just be serviceable, good, and have an outstanding occasional performances that'll actually breed you over. Alright, so H Dragon coached Jin Air for 3 years, but after varying degrees of success, he parted ways with the organization when they were relegated. Oh yeah, he was their coach. Yeah. Talk about, okay, they just downgraded everywhere. Alright, Griffin, sorry. They have just downgraded everything. Holy crap. Jin Air coach, Nahyun, and Untara. What? Are these like troll moves? Alright, they don't care about the LCK. Let Griffin, what are you doing, man? Alright, so KTrolster, Kuro, Ray, Sowon, Malrang, and Bono join KTrolster. They'll join AD Carry, Aiming, and support Tucson to complete the 7-man roster. KTrolster has signed mid laner Kuro, who you guys saw last year on Billy Gaming. And Ray, you guys remember Ray from Cloud9, he played on EDG as well. And then Sowon, he played on Hanwha Life, and Malrang played on Jin Air, and then Bono played as the jungler for Hanwha Life as well. And they'll all be joining KTrolster. The organization announced today new players will join AD Carry, Aiming, and Tucson as well. So KTrolster, just like when they obviously when they had a super team, won, the LCK back in 2018 summer, they obviously had a 7-man roster, technically, because they had a 7-man roster because they had UCal and Rush. So they're looking to replicate that type of success again. I don't exactly know if they're gonna really get that far, but we'll have to see how it really pans out. So, oh yeah, Kuro did at one point play with Tucson, so hey, he gets to reunite with Tucson, which is actually pretty cool. Looking at Ray and Sowon, who will presumably be starting for the top lane position, are relatively strong additions to the team. Ray played for the LCS Cloud9 in 2017 before completing a promising 2-year stint with LPL's Edward Gaming. Sowon, on the other hand, remained closer to home, playing for Jin Air and Hanwha Life to varying degrees of success. Former Jin Air Green Wings player Malrang and Bono, formerly of Hanwha Life, will roam KT's jungle. Each of these players had a disappointing 2019 seasons, failing to the bottom of the tables. Malrang was especially underwhelming, losing to Hanwha Life in the spring promotion series, but Bono was much better and barely avoided relegation. So, can you guys, as KTrolster fans, see this team making any type of waves in the LCK? I don't know yet, but I do know one thing, and I do know that KT, despite their last year horrible, worst year ever in League of Legends, is my own personal opinion. They had the worst year ever in terms of at least their standards. Are these players that can mesh well? Are these players that can come together and be a rival to, well, SKT? Because every single year, kind of like how Cloud9 TSM, G2 Fnatic, EDG, RNG, you guys know how the big rivals will like swap success? Like, okay, so one year SKT is like better than KT and beats them every single game, and then one year KT's better, and then they beat SKT every single game. Well, that was the year, that happened in 2018 for KTrolster. They pretty much beat SKT pretty much every single time, and then 2019, SKT just demolished them every single, I mean, literally, KT versus SKT Telecom Wars, the most hyped up matchups like throughout the year in terms of just regular season play, yeah, those weren't hyped at all because they were horrible. So I just hope at least if KT just can't compete at the top of the standings anymore for the LCK, then I hope they can at least give us some good telecom wars. But Ray has really improved. If you Cloud9 fans have not followed Ray since he left Cloud9, he's actually been incredible. You guys have to remember him when he played against KT, when he was on EDG, when they were in the same group as TL. Ray's been actually really good. I'm really happy for him that he's actually gone and had a fruitful career past playing on Cloud9. Kuro, he had a pretty decent year last year. I felt like he shored up a lot of his issues. Salwan and Malrong and Bono, they're interesting players. I think Salwan isn't bad, but the issue with Malrong and Bono are just that they don't really know where to be on the map at various points in times, but maybe that can be fixed, you know? You never actually really know. Alright, so that's the KT news. Karsa joins LPL's top esports as the starting jungler. So it was rumored that Ning was going to top esports, but now top is going to have Karsa. That is absolutely incredible. Karsa will be on top esports. Holy crap. Good job, Karsa. Good job, dude. But I hope top can actually, win an LPL title. So let's read this. Top Esports has signed RNG's former jungler Karsa. Despite parting ways with RNG last month, Karsa was one of the biggest factors on the team. RNG had an underwhelming spring but soon bounced back in the summer split, only losing to FunPlus Phoenix in the playoffs. At Worlds, though, the team exited the tournament after being drawn into the group of death. Taiwanese native Karsa will be joining a strong top esports lineup going into next year. The team looked impressive in the summer split, finishing an overall second in the regular season while dropping just 3 series. They failed to advance to Worlds, though, after narrowly losing to IG 3-2 in the regional finals. Top esports will look now to improve on their record with addition of Karsa. His confident and aggressive ganking style combined with the solo lane prowess of 369. Is that really? No. I was going to say 957. You guys don't probably remember who that is, actually. Knight and Loken and Ben. Okay, so Top's roster is going to be 369, Knight, Loken, Ben, and Karsa. Okay, so their rosters are already done. That's a pretty good roster, actually. So Karsa may be forced to share his role with jungler XX, whose contract ends next year, but he should take priority as the roster starter. I mean, to be fair, he did this with MLXG, and at one point, he got more playing time than MLXG anyway, so that's not exactly going to be a big problem anyway. So, alright, so let's go to the next piece of news. Yeah, there's a lot of news today, guys. And, Jizuke says he stayed with Vitality for loyalty, didn't expect to leave this year. I'll actually read this. Former LEC mid laner Jizuke is headed stateside next year to play with LCS team Evil Geniuses, but according to the 23-year-old, he expected to play for Team Vitality his whole League of Legends career. While waiting for a game on stream yesterday, a viewer asked Jizuke how he felt when Team Vitality didn't renew his contract. He said he didn't expect to leave and that he would have liked to start and finish his professional career with one team. Wow. Holy crap, that sucks. He also revealed that he could have left the team in 2018 since his great performance throughout his rookie career would have earned him some high offers. Last year, he led Vitality to Worlds and even became an all-star. He ultimately decided to stay with the European organization for loyalty. Jizuke also said that synergy issues were the main reason for Vitality's struggles this past year. Jizuke's past two seasons were a step down from his explosive rookie debut. In the summer, he had the 4th most deaths of any player in the LEC and one of the worst KDAs of any mid laner in the league. His team was a middle of the pack team at best. Vitality barely snuck into playoffs in back-to-back seasons, and they were eliminated in the first rounds both times. Now Jizuke has moved over to play in the LCS for the first time, joining an MVP, Svenskeren, and a former world champion with Bang. This lineup has plenty of upside on paper, looks like a top 4 team in the league. EG's talented mid laner will try to bounce back from a lackluster 2019 season. So, you guys know how I feel about this. You guys really know how I actually feel about all of this. because I've detailed this before in various Cloud9 videos about being loyal to your org and where that gets you versus actually an org looking at that and going, yes, I respect this guy, but can things get obviously better when you're looking at, other things in general? So with that being said, I think that Jizuke as himself, and I mean, he did play bad. Like, let's be honest here. I don't care. Like, I understand that a team has to play different styles to win. That's okay. But he did not play good. Two splits in a row, Some people do this. A lot of people have his career. Good first year, bad second year. It's kind of very uncommon to have good year, good year, good year, good year. Most players go through good year. They pick a new team because they get a lot of offers because they did really, really well. And then they go to another team and then they kind of slump. That team kicks them. It happens with a lot of players' career. And he said he could have gotten a lot of high offers from other top tier teams. But guys, so the only other top tier teams were Fnatic and G2. Two teams who also finished top 4 at Worlds that year. Both of them did. I mean, I really don't know where else he could have went, because outside of that, the only other place he could have went to was either probably Schalke or who was the other, or Misfits potentially could have had him. But I mean, this is why being loyal has its ups and downs, because if you have a bad performance, that org will not hesitate to cut you. It is just how you gotta play the loyalty game. I respect loyalty from players, and I respect it all, but you have to understand where it comes from at the end of the day. Misfits Gaming re-signs DanDan as the team starting top laner. DanDan was actually pretty good when he made it to his the main stage when he played for Misfits. I thought he had some pretty solid performance, and he actually could improve on various things, though what he needs to improve on is just more or less so getting more acclimated to the stage. He split pushed very well. He was decently flexible. He could play the weak side, strong side top laners. I think he's a pretty serviceable, strong top laner. I think he has the ability to get better as the splits go by, and I'm really looking forward to watching him in the LEC this up-and-coming split, because I think he actually has a lot of promise. So, yeah, I think that he actually is good, and I hope he actually has a really good year. Andhe will start LCS 2020 season without a team. Former FlyQuest and 100 Thieves jungler Andhe will not be an LCS Academy or an LCS starting spot, he told his fans via TwitLonger post. The 24-year-old spent the last 17 months with 100 Thieves, a team of which he started 16 games in the LCS 2019 spring split. After the team's disappointing 4-14 split record, 100 Thieves replaced Andhe with European jungler amazing Stukenschneider, while 100 Thieves LCS team finished in 8th place in the summer split. Andhe and the Academy team won the league's split playoffs. Going into 2020, I won't be competing on a LCS/Academy team, Andhe said. I'm excited to take this opportunity to grind and work on the aspects of my game that I know I can improve on. I'm still currently confident in my skills, and knowing that there are people that still believe in me will keep my drive and motivation high. I will be looking to get back into pro as soon as the opportunity arises. Andhe joined 100 Thieves in July 2018 as the result of a trade that included Meteos being sent to FlyQuest Academy. Now, as Andhe tries to figure out what comes next in his pro career, Meteos has settled back with 100 Thieves. Considering Andhe was part of an Academy League championship, it wouldn't be surprising to see him without an Academy team in 2020. I mean, he was pretty bad all year. Like, it's just the thing, guys. Orgs look at this like your job. Players look at it as their job as well, to a certain degree, while loving the game, right? So, when you're looking at this from a job perspective out of an owner, this guy played atrocious. I don't really know how people expect to do bad at your job consistently, especially weeks on end, and expect to have a job next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be harsh, but what I'm saying is the way the boss looks at that is completely different how you look at it. Most players would go, okay, it wasn't that good for this year. I'll just kind of run it back. But bosses and orgs don't see it that way. They see it as, oh, you played badly. I need to get you off the team. You know what I mean? That's how they see it. So, Team Vitality parts ways with Yamato, signs 3 new players for the 2020 LEC season. Team Vitality unveiled its full 2020 LEC roster today in one fell swoop. The European team has said goodbye to head coach Yamato while bringing on 3 new players heading into the up-and-coming League of Legends season. Good lord, what are all these people's names? I don't even know these people's names. Okay. I did watch EU Masters for a little bit. I watched the whole thing, what am I saying? But these names, these EU names kill me, guys. Alright, so their mid laner is going to be Militia, and then their jungler, Skeens, will be their jungler now, and Comp will be their AD carry. So the roster is Cabochard, Skeens, Militia, Comp, and they better not have Jack Troll. Oh, whatever, I guess. Whatever, Vitality. Whatever, you know what I mean? Good lord. Jack Troll, oh my god. Whatever, it's okay. But yes, Vitality definitely needed a revamp in roster. They had a really bad 2019. It was bad. It was bad. They were losing a bunch of games. They also were not synergized very well. I really couldn't imagine how anybody that was a Vitality fan felt like they needed to run back this year with the same roster. That was just bad. Mowgli was a bad pickup. Me and JTH, when we did our LEC power rankings, we even knew that wasn't going to work. Imports for EU for like Koreans really don't work out all too well. There's very rare ones that actually work out. Huni Rainover being, the obvious exception. Trick when he was on G2. Duke is going to be their head coach. Duke was on Splice. He was Splice's head coach. So yeah, Yamato is leaving Team Vitality. It only seemed like just yesterday they were at Worlds facing Cloud9 and then getting knocked out of the group of death. But it's just how certain teams are, guys. It's just how it works, Certain teams and orgs have really good years. Some years they have bad years. And then that's how it works. That's just sports in general, Alright, so this is an LCS roster tracker. Most of the rosters are finalized by now. So obviously doing power rankings on these teams is going to be pretty easy. Like the teams are all finalized for the LCS. So I did 100 Thieves, I did Cloud9, I'll do Golden Guardians is next. I did Liquid, I did TSM. So the only teams I need to do are Immortals, FlyQuest, Evil Geniuses, Dignitas, and CLG. So I've actually did a pretty good amount of teams so far. So it's going to be really hard to do it for the LEC. I'm only going to have to do it on teams I know because I can't talk about EU master mid laners or players that I just barely watched for like one tournament. Like judging them off one tournament is not fair to those players, but we'll see how it all goes. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm a Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.